kitchen. My name is Lynn. I'm going to be demonstrating 3 recipes for my cookbook, Plant-Based Recipes and Meal Options, today. These are going to be 3 spicy sauces that are really good for putting over bowls or vegetables, potatoes, or rice, and they have a really nice flavor to all of them. They're all a little different. So the first one I'm going to show you is the spicy Thai coconut sauce on page 209. So I have a Vitamix here, and I'm going to add 1 can of low-fat coconut milk. 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. 1/4 cup of tomato paste. 1 tablespoon of whole wheat flour. 5 teaspoons of, I have maple syrup. You could use organic sugar. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander, and 1/4 teaspoon of red chili flakes. Okay, I'm going to blend that up. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And I have a teaspoon of olive oil in a pot. I have 1/2 cup of minced onion, 2 garlic cloves pressed, and 2 teaspoons of grated fresh ginger. You can grate fresh ginger with a microplane, or what I like to do is when I'm doing it, I like to just put a bunch. I peel it. If it's organic, you don't need to peel it. And I put it in a small little Cuisinart food processor like this, and it grates it up. So I'm going to just saute these for about 5 minutes on pretty low heat, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and I've sauteed them just to cook the garlic, the ginger, and the onions until they're a little soft. Then I'm going to add this mixture. And then I'm going to put it back on the stove to thicken, and that will take just a few minutes. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and using a wire whisk, I whisk this until it is nice and thick. It's a really nice pale orange color. I'm going to add the 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And then I'm going to, you could serve it in a dish like this to put over things, or after I finish with all 3, I'm going to show you how I like to use them. So I'll be back with the next one. I'm back to show you the spicy peanut dipping sauce on page 212. And this one is a really nice one to use for garden wraps or as a topping for a bowl. It's a really nice creamy peanut sauce that was one of my family's favorites. So I'm going to start with, in the Vitamix, I have 2 tablespoons of liquid aminos and 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. I have 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 garlic cloves pressed, and 2 tablespoons of grated fresh ginger. 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast flakes, 6 tablespoons of peanut butter, I use the creamy peanut butter, the Adams, and a half a cup of water. You can use less water if you want it a little thicker. And then to have a little kick, I have a half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. If you want it spicier, you can put more in. That's it. It will thicken as it's chilled. It's a dip that I usually make and stick in the in the refrigerator. And you could also freeze it too if you had it in little containers, and it would probably freeze fine. I'll be right back with a third one. The last one is the coconut curry sauce on page 211. And that one is very simple in that I just have a pat. I have 1 can of light coconut milk. I have a 1/4 cup of smooth peanut butter. Then I have a 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of grated ginger. You can also, this is the microplane that I use if I'm going to grate a little bit of it. I have 4 teaspoons of curry powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of red chili flakes. Two-thirds cup of water, and a teaspoon of Bragg's liquid amino. And this is where I really like to have one of these whisks. And then I have it bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer it for 8 to 10 minutes. All the flavors will blend together and it will thicken a bit, and over time it will thicken, and this makes a very, very nice, simple coconut curry sauce. So I will go do that, and I will bring back some plates and show you the type of things that I like to use these sauces for. So I have all the sauces made. I have the spicy Thai coconut sauce. I have the spicy peanut dipping sauce, and I have the coconut curry sauce, which I cook for about 10 minutes, and it will thicken over time if you let it cook on the stove and simmer for a little longer. So I wanted to show you some samples. First one is the spicy peanut dipping sauce. I made a bowl. I put brown rice, kale, some yams that I just cooked in a tiny bit of water in a pan, and some garbanzo beans. So this would be the perfect sauce to put over that. Add a few peanuts. I always like to have some color some sliced tomatoes, and maybe a few olives. So that's a really nice idea for the spicy peanut dipping sauce. The spicy Thai coconut sauce, I made some baked tofu squares. I just cut them up into squares, and I sprinkled on the top some liquid aminos and a little bit of nutritional yeast. This sauce is really, really nice over sweet potatoes. That would be a really nice meal. The last one, I just sauteed up some celery, some onions, some mushrooms, and red bell pepper. I have put it on the plate with some brown rice, carrots, and broccoli. And this sauce with the curry is really nice to just put over the top. So there you have it. You can add some peanuts too on that one. So these are just some suggestions, examples of how you could use some of these spicy sauces. Hope you can try them. Happy cooking.